That's me. Turn a blind eye to corruption, and shortly you're going to lose sight on the other eye. Here are the subjects. If you didn't get the promo, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the Integrity Commission, and the court, how did we get here? And I'm going to explain to you legally, how we get or how we got to where we are right now. I'm going to explain that, and I'm going to break it down so that you can go out and you can speak like an attorney to people about certain things. Then we have, what's the possibility of the Prime Minister becoming a guest of the U.S. Bureau of Prisons or serving time at the General Penitentiary? The possibility, based on what I've seen, it's a strong possibility. And then who's responsible for the chicanery affecting the rural bus program? Hold on, let me turn this off. I'm going to forget some else, Kevin. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Let's keep going. Here we are, our distinguished panel. Yours truly, Kevin Wadestu, head boy, and of course, Mr. Jeffrey Tavares. And our guest today, you, the people of Jamaica, you are our guests today. We want you to sit back, listen, digest, analyze. We want you to become critical thinkers today. If you are not a critical thinker yet, and I hope you have your pen and your paper with you, because we're going to do this, especially when we start to talk about the Prime Minister. We're going to talk about the Prime Minister in a kind of like a lecture. We're going to start out from way back when. But what we're going to do, we're going to give you the Reader's Digest version, the abbreviated version of some parts of his life. We're not going to focus on the personal part of his life. I don't care who the Prime Minister is sleeping with or who's not sleeping with. That's not my business. I'm going to talk about what he's doing to the people of Jamaica. That's what I'm going to talk about. And we're going to do that through the eyes of the Prime Minister. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it through his eyes, the things that he's doing. That's how we're going to focus on that. So, people, remember, you are our guest today. You're not listeners, or you're not viewers. You're not bystanders. You're not observers. You are our guests, not to mention you're our family. So, just listen. Engagement norms. Y'all know them. Let's skip them. Here's one that I want you to focus on. Write this down if you haven't written it down yet. The truth will set you free, but first it is going to make you miserable. And that's what we plan to do today. We have been doing it. We've been making you miserable, some of you, through a presentation of the truth. And if you notice, I have yet to have one person come out and say, that which you have said is not true. That which you have said is not, that which you have said and you have provided documentation is not true. Talk the truth where God love my people. No, so you go. We have not one person. You hear them say me bad mind, you hear them say all kind of things about me. But you will never hear them say, what you have said is not true. I'm waiting for them to come and tell me what I've said is not true. So the truth will set you free, but we're going to make you miserable. Here's the next one. If the truth shall kill them, let them die. So we've gone from making them miserable now, when this is the transition, we've gone from making people miserable to now, if the truth shall kill them. And you see what we are talking about, because you have some people, they're not on this platform here, but you have some people, they're simple-minded. And when they say the word, the truth shall kill, and they say kill them, say, oh, they want to kill we have. But you, our educated family, you know what we are talking about when they say the truth shall kill them, let them die. We'll kill them with the truth. And here's another one. The truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is. And you must bend to its power or live a lie. A lot of us want the truth to be what we want it to be. But no, don't say it work. Your opinion can be what you want it to be. But the truth is what it is. And here is something that I take all of them seriously, but this one I take very, very seriously. Never, ever worry about who will be offended if you speak the truth. Never, ever worry about the people that will die philosophically. And as far as the discussion is concerned, we're not talking about any physical death. We're not talking about that. Let's be clear. We're talking about policy, philosophy, about governance and government. If they will die because of the truth, then that's fine, because I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about who will be misled, who will be deceived, and who will be destroyed if we don't. You know, we could have easily called this program Truth Corner. Could I easily call it that? Because that is what we do around here. We speak the truth and we produce the truth. Because if you notice, people, and you should by now, whenever we talk, we have a document to back up what we say. So it's not hearsay. It's not conjecture. It's not a dream. It's not a feeling. It is a fact. Truthful fact, because you can have false facts too. And remember this, people. Remember this. The truth must not only be the truth, but the truth must be told. If you know the truth and nobody else knows it and you don't share it, what good is that? So that's our purpose. That's our mandate. There's another one. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Anything. They can ask you the same questions 15 different ways and ask you 15 years from now, and your answer will be the same. Not like our prime minister. You know, you don't have to remember what you say when you speak the truth. There is no more dangerous menace to civilization than a government of incompetent, corrupt, or vile men. Remember this, people. Remember this. Our guests, our family members. Remember this. Kevin, gone with my thing. Sita?
I've always said to people, do not trust the words of politicians. Do not trust the words of politicians.
So that's where we start today, people. We start with truth, and we start with an admission by a politician saying, do not trust the words of me. Do not trust my words. Do not trust my colleagues' words. Do not trust the words of politicians. That's where we're going to start the program. We're going to be very serious today. Very serious. We're going to start out with something that is satirical. There's a message behind the seemingly the comic relief. There's something behind this. I want you to pay close attention. You will laugh. You will laugh. But I want you to pay close attention to what's going on here. Here we go.
People, we just want to applaud government right now. The government them get the brand new bus them, school bus them for the kids right now. And me I say right now, we just want to give the government a round of applause. Brand new school bus for the kids them of Jamaica right now. I'm not talking about put on that man. Don't start up on that bus them and them see what. We're going to start up on that bus them. Start up on that bus them. People, me I tell you right now, we just want to big up Andrew and big up the Labour Party and big up the government of Jamaica right now.
Hey.
Something all right? Something all right there?
Hey, I'm not starting. Can't bother with this because I'm not starting, bro.
Blood clot.
Sorry for the indecent language, people. Sorry for it. But you know how we are a people of expression, and sometimes a curse word is appropriate depending on the context and depending on the circle. But you see what happened right there? So we have another one we want to play for you. This one here, if we have children in the room, kindly excuse them. Kindly move them out of the room, because this one you're going to hear some real Jamaican bad words. Again, look at the context. When you look at the context. Here we go.
Rebel,
say people have the
hold
right
on.
to their own outcome. That
hold on.
Go ahead.
With this one, I'll cue you as to when to stop it. You'll just hear me tell you, all right, stop it there. So,
Okay.
all
All right, here we go, folks.
they determine. The people have the right to self-determination, and if you want a negative outcome, then you have the right to that too. I don't have the right to try to force a better outcome on you. So I'm learning to stop doing that. It's very hard because instinctively I want the best for all of us, individually and collectively, especially collectively. But if we don't all want that, I don't have the right to force my standards on you. So I'm trying to stop doing that. However, when I posted the video of the bus, the school bus, and Minister VAZ came and responded in a civil manner, and I give him props because I did not think that was possible. I didn't think they're capable of it anymore because they're so toxic and they're so combative and they're so divisive. They're so warboat and warmonger and so crass and so decrepit that I did not think this was possible. So big up yourself, Daryl VAZ. If make a post the thing, the picture of me see circulating of the bus, and I post it because the back of the bus long hang off back of the wheel, the back tires, and the back of the bus going up an incline touched the road. Minister VAZ responded by saying they're testing the buses. Now, let me tell you this. I failed maths. I failed high school maths in CXC. I get a 4 in a maths. But my basic geometry skills would have figured that out while the buses were in America. If you just give me the measurement of the buses and the position of the wheels, I, in my state of abject ignorance, where maths concerned, me only know if it count my money, I could have told them that that bus would not work on the roads that they would not work on. Why do we need to bring them here and test them to find out that they don't work? Somebody failed them, because by whatever magic we managed to carry the magic school bus here from Jamaica, that should have been figured before it touched the road. Say it can't friggin' fit. I, in my crackheadness and dunceness, can't say it not fit. Now you have a whole heap of idiots come on and need I say.
right here, Will.
All right. I'm gonna get the point, people. Right? Just say that the buses, all of this testing with them I talk about, should have happened a while back. Should have happened maybe in America. All of that stuff. Them bring one bus and test it, but them plan to bring 110. And by the way, the minister said that he might bring 110 by the end of July. I've been told that we don't have 110 buses in Jamaica, but be that as it may, here is why the minister can't tell all of them things. Here's why he can't tell with them things. Here is why.
Oh my God.
Dark and they're stupid.
Here we go. Hold on.
They're dunce.
Oh
they're
my God.
dark and they're stupid.
One more time.
They're dunce.
Oh
they're
my God.
dark and they're stupid.
Hold on.
They're dunce.
Oh
they're
my God.
dark and they're stupid.
Hear that, people? They're dunce, they're dark, and they're stupid. That's why I can't tell them. That's why I can't pull all of them tricks. I know. That's why I can't do all of these things, because he's betting that the constant will remain constant. The way they've always thought about us, and that constant is that we're dark, we're dumb, and we're stupid. So they can do anything they want to, and we will never figure it out. Make that sink in. Make that sink in. And then also look who I said. Look who I said.
The scholar, the road scholar.
We have a piece, on him. Right, so it's who is Daryl VAZ? We have a piece on him. And let me just say that Daryl VAZ, his father is a former president of the Jamaican Manufacturers Association. So him not come from the place like we see behind me. His father was also Minister of Industry and Commerce. VAZ attended, he never go Balmaji down the road from this place, yeah. Or Seaward, all age, or Penwood High School. He not go none of them school there. He went to Mona Prep. He went to Campion. And he went to Miami-Dade Community College. You hear him say that, you say him not have no degree. Now you understand why I must say something like that. In 1986, he was elected as a councillor for the Waterloo Division of KSAC in local government. And in 2007, he was elected Member of Parliament for Western Portland. 2006 to 2010, he served as Deputy Treasurer of the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, let me tell you something. There's a term that they use in legal circles, rainmaker. I don't know if they use it in business circles, but I know they use it in legal circles. And a rainmaker is somebody who goes out and brings back business for the firm. Person doesn't necessarily go to court, but the person has outstanding interpersonal skills. And the person is able to listen, understand, convey, and sell. The person sell the firm. And so the rainmaker is just somebody who go out and them can bring business to the firm. Well, Daryl VAZ was and is the rainmaker for the Jamaica Labour Party. Without Daryl VAZ, the Jamaica Labour Party will collapse. He is the person who goes out and ensures that there's a treasure chest so that they can use to advance their political agenda. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just giving you a sense of who the man is. He is also the godson of Butch Stewart. So you see what happened. And when Daryl VAZ, when he does a fundraiser, he doesn't do a fundraiser like a lot of politicians. You know, you have a roast cow, you have a fish fry, or you go at some community center. No. Daryl VAZ does his fundraisers at places like the Terra Nova, where well-heeled citizens, titans of industry, people of influence, they show up. And so when Daryl says, listen, I need money for this, we're talking about people from PSOJ, you know, the PSOJ types. And when Daryl says, I need money for this, them fall over themselves for giving money. Follow themselves to give money. There are some conversations I'm privy to regarding Daryl VAZ's, the way Daryl VAZ thinks about himself as a rainmaker. I have personal conversation. I won't talk about them for some obvious reasons. I won't talk about them. But he is the person who will bring in the money for them. And many have said that this bus thing here is another chance to bring in money because it's not adding up, right? Now, in 2009, Mr. VAZ was appointed as the Minister of Information and Telecommunications. And he served there from about March 2009. And I think he was there again. I don't remember if he was there before 2016. No, he couldn't have been because the PNP won the election in 2011 and then they lost the election in 2016. But since 2016, he has served as Member of Parliament for the constituency of Portland. And since 2016, he was appointed Minister without portfolio, the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, with responsibility for land, environment, climate change, and investments. That's how we became involved in Rooms on the Beach. When you remember that, where the property was valued at 13 point something million dollars, and somehow it was sold for 7 point something million dollars. In 2020, he was appointed as Minister for Energy, Science, Telecommunications, and Transport. Here is one thing that you're going to find interesting. Minister VAZ was the founding president of the Jamaica Used Car Dealers Association. I won't go any further. There's much more to him, but I won't go any further than that. Mr. VAZ was a pioneer in the arena of bringing deportees, and I'm talking about the cars, not people, deportees from Japan to Jamaica. He was very influential in that arena, the used car arena. So when you hear him talk a lot of gobbledygook, but it's the way it's said with so much passion, and it's said in such a way that people don't question it. Well, around here, we question things. And we question things a lot. Let me just pull up a video for you here. Let's pull up a video for you. Where is it, Kevin? Which one? Which part is there?
Which one of them?
The one about the election. I don't see it here.
That might be one that I have.
Oh no, it's here. It's here. All right, folks. There's an election coming up. Big election coming up. I want you to take a look at this. And head boy, I can't see head boy, but I know you're watching. You can't hear me? You can't hear me, Jeffrey?
No, I'm saying to your head boy is in the studio waiting until you let him in.
No, I know. But I don't know if he's watching or listening.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying, head boy, I want you to watch this because head boy, I know you have a take on this. I want to get your take on this. I want to get Jeffrey's take and Kevin's take, and I know the audience, guests, our family members, they will have a take on this. But please look at this and tell me if you see the message. If you get the message, here we go.
Story about a big man who died and went to the other side. On that day, God had decreed that whoever arrives must choose where to go, whether heaven or hell. So this man was excited. He demanded to visit hell first. And he got into something which looked like a lift, and he went down to hell. When the doors opened, things were glorious. The devil had no tail. The devil had no horns. He even met his friends. They were healthy, eating well, drinking well, making merry. Then it was time up, and he then demanded to be taken to heaven. In heaven, the picture was nice. Angels floating around, good music, the Lord Almighty presiding and reigning supreme. Finally, he was asked, what's your choice? Because you are not going to be judged. There's no judgment today. Judge for yourself. He thought, these bishops have been telling lies and spoiling the name of the devil. The devil is a very fine man. He looks after his people. Now all these imams in the mosque making noise, saying Satan, Satan. This man is not bad at all. And in any case, heaven seems to be overrated. As a matter of fact, it's a bit boring. That was the debate in his head. So when the angel asked him to choose, he said, I have chosen that I'll go to hell, now that I've seen it with my own eyes. And the angel said, get into the lift. He got into the lift and it took him down, but when the doors opened, things had changed. The place looked like a desert. His friends were wearing dirty clothes. They were eating from the garbage pit. And the devil was now complete in his devilish regalia. The tail was out, the horns were out, and he was carrying a whip. So he tiptoed towards the devil and said, "Excuse me, sir, you remember me, don't you? I was here the other day. You surely remember me." And Lucifer said, "Go to hell, I don't remember you. What do you have to say anyway?" He said, "You know, the other day things were very nice here. Things have been changed for the worse today. What's happening?" The devil said, "I'm sorry, my friend. The day you came, we were campaigning." So, now, therefore, we need to tell our people to know that there's life after campaigns. Okay. Thank you very much.
Head boy, give me a take on that, sir. Please.
He's not in studio, Rocky.
When there? Oh, see, man. Okay. Head boy, talk to me. Is he
Head boy?
on?
Not hearing at all.
All right. Well, you're up, Jeffrey.
Boy, listening to that man, you know, he's trying to tell people, hey, regardless of what, after every campaign, the two political parties and the leaders are together drinking some champagne and talking up the things and, you know, living a life better than how we're living our lives. So it's best that we don't fight over them.
All right, that's your take. All right,
Yeah.
Talk to me, Kevin. Where you get from that?
Okay.
There's no wrong or right hand side. There's no wrong or right hand side.
It's always glitz and glamour in the campaign. Everything look pretty, shiny and new, dazzling and exciting. Just waiting for you to come and inviting for you to just come and partake of it. And then you wait 9 years to see what was being flashed before your eyes.
That's it. All right. Put on headboard for me there. Put on headboard for me there.
Head boy, talk it talk.
Let me put him up.
Oh, I'm gone again?
I'm gone again. I don't see him.
I'm gone again. Well, head boy must be having connection problems.
Right.
Jeffrey,
Here's what I
could find out for me, please.
Here's what I
See if you can find out if head boy having connection problems.
Here's what I got from it. What I got from it is this. Elections should be held every year. I know it's not possible, but it's just a thought. You know why? As them call it, a modest proposal, right? Here's why. Because it's only around election time that people start to get service. Some of us start to get service. It's only around election time you see them start to them build houses. It's only around election time you hear to them fix roads. It's only around election time you hear to them give you water. It's only around election time you hear to them give you school bus. It's only around election time you hear to them go do this and them do that for you. Your man say there's life after election. You see, the man go hell, you know, and him go hell nice. And when him go back, you hear the devil said to him, the day you came here, we were campaigning. The campaign over.
That's it.
Campaign over. So now, welcome to misery. People, let this be a message and a warning to you. That there is life after campaign. And the idea that they're going to promise you things now, on the eve of election, be very, very careful, because you've seen this movie before. You've seen this movie before. Don't go to hell and let them show you all of the fancy things, all of this stuff, and then you just walk away and choose hell. Don't do it, because the day that you went there, they were campaigning. They were campaigning. Take a look at this, people. Go ahead, Kevin.
But we have seen that. The last big campaign, Was how many years ago?
What, 2020? The last big one.
Yeah, well, that was COVID. Nobody
Yeah.
came out for that.
Yeah. But see, remember now, from 2016, they made promises that they still haven't fulfilled. And now
That
them are
was the
claiming
last
not
big
fulfilled.
campaign.
Yeah, and now them come with something called achievement. And them say, yes, we have a list of achievements that we're going to regale you with. We're going to show you all of this stuff and we're going to entertain you with all of it. People, remember. It's like, I heard a story one time that this man had date this woman. And him, most flowers, most dinners, most romance and everything. And after him get the woman and everything like that, him start treat the woman away. And the lady said to him, why you're different. You're not the same person. And he said, the person you met was my representative. No, you met me.
That is it.
The person you met was my representative. No, you are dealing with the real me, right? So that is what happened, people. When it's election time, you meet the representatives. And after the election, then you meet the real devil, the real demons. That's where you meet them. I want to show you a lie that we could always, we played last week, but we're doing it in a different style, as I'm saying, a different style today. Here it is.
We don't have to use taxpayers' resources as a party to campaign.
You hear that? We don't have to use taxpayers' money as a party to campaign. Then what is this?
I can't hear this one. I want to hear this. Shawak.
We don't have to.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Remember you just done say.
We don't have to use taxpayers' resources as a party to campaign.
Now I just want to ask the school bus. The school buses aren't those taxpayers' resources? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Kevin. Watch out. You need to play him back when him say a while ago.
We don't have to.
You need to play it back. Listen to this.
We don't have to use taxpayers' resources as a party to campaign.
Then what is this?
You know, Mr. Rattigan, the man said, we don't have to.
But we will.
Says
we won't.
Are not.
Yes.
He said, we don't have to.
You know something, Kevin and Mr. Rattigan? I sit here in the studio here and I listen to Deadman Mackenzie because, with all due respect, the Honorable Desmond Mackenzie, they are not honorable anymore. Desmond Mackenzie. I listen to this man talk, and the more he talk is the more rubbish come out of his mouth. Is it that these people don't see what is going on? or they put a blind eye to it, or they don't care, they come and chat in the nonsense, in the nonsense. We all know that Daryl VAZ went out to get these buses, and for them to show off the buses for the campaign, they load the buses to liberate people and drive around. And they are using taxpayers' money to campaign. They have done it in the past. So their conscience is killing them. So they come out and speak out now. So what are we seeing? Is that those are not taxpayers' money. The buses belong to Daryl VAZ. Oh, God help us in this country.
Kevin, anything else before I move on?
The video spoke for itself, you know.
Okay.
It really did.
All right. Move thing for me, Kevin. Now go to this now. Move the this for me. Oh, you move it. Oh no, this.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sorry, Mr. Artigan. Kevin, Mr. Artigan, head boy sent a private chat that he's having some mic issues. He's trying to sort it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Make a play this video.
100 safe, secure, and fit-for-purpose buses have been purchased as part of the planned rollout. It's actually 110. 100 will go into the system and 10 will be held back for contingency in order to make sure that we have buses to replace existing buses for whatever reason. 26 buses are in Jamaica. 14 additional buses arrived on Saturday of last week. 4 more are en route to Jamaica. And 18 more will be delivered on July 14th, and 28 each will be delivered on the 22nd of July and the 30th and the 29th of July. So, in essence, all 110 school buses will be here by the end of July.
Okay. We don't know
July?
if that. We don't know if that's true because we don't believe that there's 110. We don't believe that there are 110 buses in Jamaica as yet. But let's move him and then move on to this one here.
One thing is saying that the buses have been decommissioned and are not fit and proper for the United States transport system. Bus transport system, rubbish. They have on the 25 inspection tags. And the reason why these buses come about is because there is a huge subsidy provided by the U.S. government of approximately $5 billion over the last few years to encourage the operators and manufacturers of these buses to change them out quicker rather than later and keep the fleet newer rather than older.
Okay.
So these buses have in a Cummins diesel engine that have a lifeline of 500,000 miles.
That's a lot.
And the fact of the matter is that the highest mileage on any of these buses, which average at 10 years old, is 160 or 170,000 miles. These buses will do 15,000 to 20,000 miles a year. So if you multiply that or divide that, we will have 10 years or 10 to 15 more years of life on the oldest bus, on the highest mileage bus.
Okay. Folks, pay careful attention. Remember what he said. He said, these buses are good buses. And the reason why we have them, and we're essentially saying we should be grateful that we get them. You know why? Because the U.S. government has a $5 billion program. You know what? I don't want to explain for him. Just listen, because I'm going to show you something right now that is going to completely debunk what he's saying. Completely. And no matter what political stripe you are, because remember, I'm always a point to the American buses and to this are the gold standard. Listen to this again, people. I'm begging. I'm just going to play the portion that I wanna deal with for you.
It is saying that the buses have been decommissioned and are not fit and proper for the United States transport system. Bus transport system, rubbish. They have on the 25 inspection tags. And the reason why these buses come about is because there is a huge subsidy provided by the US government of approximately $5 billion over the last few years to encourage the operators and manufacturers of these buses to change them out quicker rather than later and keep the fleet newer rather than older.
Listen
So
to this
these
piece again.
subsidy provided
Listen
by
to
the
this
US,
piece,
these buses come about is because there is a huge subsidy provided by the US government of approximately $5 billion over the last few years to encourage the operators and manufacturers of these buses to change them out quicker rather than later and keep the fleet newer.
All right. Now hear what him say. Him say the US government has a $5 billion subsidy that them give out. And the reason that Trump said the reason why we get these buses is because the US government give $5 billion to the states so that them can get some buses, new buses, and to keep the fleet going. Right? Now, I want to show you something to show you that this man is them tell you half truth and have you believe that is the complete truth. But if it's half true, then you know say it's a half lie. And if it's a half lie, then the whole thing don't make any sense. It's either you tell the truth or you don't tell the truth. As soon as Kevin give me back the steering wheel, I'm going to show you something.
Sorry, head boy say he's back and the mic is working now.
Okay, hold on. Who am there? Oh, see man. All right. Head boy.
Make we hear you.
Unmute your mic, head boy. Unmute your mic.
While head boy watch, right?
No,
remember,
my
I know
mic is unmuted. Can you hear me now?
Okay, you're good now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm using my phone, which is not something I normally do, because my device for some reason is just kicked me out. I can't access StreamYard with my mic, so I don't know what happened. And no matter what I do, go to settings anyway. So I'm gonna just operate here from the phone.
All right.
Okay.
Before you say anything, let me just clear up this point. The minister said that the reason why we got these buses is because the U.S. government gave a $5 billion subsidies to the states so that they could just move their fleet. And that's how we were fortunate. Essentially, that's what he's saying. We're fortunate and that his timing is great. People, I want you to take a look at this. This is not coming from Rattigan. This is not coming from head boy Kevin Stew, Jeffrey Tavares, or any of you. This is coming from the U.S. government. Here it is. See that? The Clean School Bus Program, right? I'm going to show you the $5 billion we talk about. Hold on. Let me go back up. You can see right there, sir? Kevin, big up right.
Big it up.
Big up right also for them, Kevin. Big it up, my brother. Go ahead. All right. Good, Kevin. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
If you go up here, people, and you look at the top, you see it says closed 2024 Clean School Bus Rebate Program, meaning that the program has ended. The $5 billion that Mr. VAZ spoke about, it has been disbursed. Now take a look at this. Want to see that? Look at the sentence, right? It says, EPA Clean School Bus Program is providing $5 billion over 5 years. Why? To replace existing school buses with what? Zero emission and clean school buses. Keep going down, Kevin. Let me show them what clean school buses mean. So he's right that there was a $5 billion subsidy, but what this $5 billion subsidy was to provide clean and zero emissions buses. Let me go down here. All right, see what it means here now. This clean school bus benefit, you see that? cleaner air. Clean school buses eliminate or reduce school bus Look on the far left, people. Clean school bus benefits. It says clean school buses eliminate or reduce school bus exhaust, which is linked to asthma. Reduce health risk, especially for children whose lungs are still developing. And it reduces greenhouse gas emissions, which contribute to climate change. Cost savings from reduced maintenance and fuel costs. So you see why them send it. You see why them. Let me move this, Kevin. There's another one up here. Wait there. Clean school bus. One of there. Like this. Here it is. Here it is on the screen now, phone. And if you look up here now, EPA, for those of you who don't know, is the Environmental Protection Agency. It's an agency within the US government, right?
Just like NEPA.
Just like NEPA. And it says, look here, right here now. Look at the second paragraph. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Look at the first paragraph. Look on that. It says, school buses travel over 4 billion miles each year, providing the safest transportation to and from school for more than 25 million children every day. Good. Here's the bad news. However, diesel exhaust from these buses can contribute to air quality problems and has a negative impact on human health, especially for children who have a faster breathing rate than adults and whose lungs are not yet fully developed. Want to see the safety issue? Want to see the health issue? We could go on some more. It says, with funding from the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the EPA Clean School Bus Program provides $5 billion over 5 years to clean a substantial portion of the nation's fleet of nearly 500,000 school buses. These new cleaner school bus replacements will produce either zero or low emissions compared to their older diesel predecessors, resulting in cleaner air on the bus, in bus loading areas, and in the communities in which they operate. So what I'm going to tell you is that these buses are a health risk. And we go buy them buses, yeah. We go buy them buses, yeah. We go buy them buses, yeah. So I'm not telling us, you hear him say, oh, we got the fleet because the US government spent $5 billion and they wanted to put in newer buses. Him don't tell you, say them I get rid of them because the buses are considered a health risks. They are considered health risk. And so what we purchased what the American government said we don't want. And yet, Minister VAZ has the gall, the unlimited gall to come to the public and said, we purchase American buses and they're the gold standard. Gold standard, my foot. They got rid of the buses because they said the buses cause problems, the emissions. And by the way, hold on there. Finish up well, let me show them something, Kevin. Hold on.
If I may, Mr. Rattigan, as you look for that.
Go ahead.
It seems as if Daryl Vaz don't remember the things that he speaks about to the people of this country, you know. Because every time he speaks, he puts his foot in his mouth. And the more he speaks, the more we dig more evidence and realize that this man is telling people lies.
Jeffrey, you're failing to remember that whereas we are privileged enough to keep past things that were said at the forefront of our minds, we're dealing with a society that is used to 9-day wonders.
Well,
so this statement being said in recent times is brand new information to a whole lot of people that have already forgotten what was said 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And that's why it's our job to keep this information front and center for the Jamaican people. Remember now, we know that the invoice with the 26 buses, we know that some of those buses are 2010 buses, 2011 buses. We know that.
And 2 of them is flatbed truck.
That's
Don't
another,
forget that
that's
one.
another, yeah. That's another
2
one.
of them is flatbed truck they want to use for water truck.
I want to show you something now. We don't get to the purchase of the buses yet, you know. Right? Procurement. When I get to procurement yet, and the role that Mr. VAZ play. I want you to take a look at this. Kevin, big this up for me now, please. Thank you, my brother. People, look at this. Wait there. We run past it. All right, hold on. Remember now, you know, some of the buses were by the 2010 and 2011. People, look at this one on the right. That's a 2013 Bluebird. Look at the price at auction. Them not going to get more than $5,000 for that bus. You see that? 4,500. Keep in mind that each bus that Mr. VAZ purchased, the average amount of money allocated to each bus, 80,000, approximately 80,000 US dollars. And remember now, he's purchasing 2010, 2011. Here is a 2013 right now for 4,500. Here's another 2013 again for 4,500. Make a drag this and go down somewhere because see if we can see no more yellow buses.
Yeah, go to another page.
Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll get there. That's 2010. The Chevy Express, the ones that in purchase will look like water tank. Will look like them says water tank, them purchase it for. See it right here, $3,150. And another one is $3,050. Them now get more than 4,000 for them buses, yeah. I think I come down too far, Kevin. What page is this? Page 2. All right, I could go to page 3. All right, we can see. That's a 2010. Look at this one here. That's a 2010 bus, you know. And we have Thomas bus in the fleet. $2,500. Remember now, people, approximately $80,000 per bus. 80,000, and don't make him tell you no nonsense about him pay land transportation, forget them to the port and sea freight, because guess what? Him purchase buses out of Florida and for go from because him purchase them in a Dade County, right? Our where the next county name? Where the next one they right next to each other? Dade down. Where the next one name?
Where Broward.
That cost $10 to get the buses them to the port. Right? Because them get close to $10.
Right, because it's right at the port.
Right at the port. And them same buy buses in Florida. And them two districts, them have a lot of school buses. So if you purchase a school bus in Dade or Broward, it's going to cost you $10 to get the bus to the port. And now I've been told by people in the business that it costs anywhere no more than $8,000 to ship the bus, depending on the size, $5,000 to $8,000. So Michael says $8,000. And him pay $4,000 fee. That's $12,000. No, him get and him say him have to pay government concessions. Remember what him say? No, him say when he was asked about El Hydro, remember what he said? He said it was the government who bring them buses in the country. No, when government bring buses in the country, government not pay the duty like where a private person would appear. Right. So make say even them charge. Make say the government charge itself. Make say the government charge itself $5,000 for a bus, right? Them pay $5,000 for the bus. Them pay $5,000 for ship it. Them pay $5,000 for duties or what? That's $15,000. 15 from 80. A 65 missing, right? That's all. $65,000. So you have to tell us now when do with the other $65,000 per bus? When do with it?
That's insurance, spare parts, and
spare parts. You don't see me buy tire now. Never buy no spare
tires.
Parts.
Right.
Buy tires no.
So spare parts, tires, and insurance. You need to take those things into consideration.
What insurance? What insurance?
Jeffrey, yeah, kill me. I know.
Those buses are not insured.
I'm giving reasons.
All right. So 2 more buses.
I'm allocating funds.
So 2 more buses are people.
How dare you make sense of this, Jeffrey? How dare you?
All right. See another one, yeah? 2,500. We could find something like around 2010. We could find something 2010. Oh, see one, yeah?
That
Look at this one. 2010
Bluebird.
Bluebird. That's 1,525 so far. Now the auction. You're not going to pay more than maybe about 3,000 for this. All right. Now, look at this one, 2016. This one has so far it's $1,525. Here's another 2012 Freightliner. It's 1,525. And you see, Art, look here now. Look here now, people. Let me show you something. Kevin, big up this one here for me.
Bigger than it, bigger already.
This hold on, no, go back.
No, it's
there?
not that one. I think it's the one above it.
No, I just want to show the people them something.
That's where it gone.
No, it's below. Yeah, go down. We'll pass this one. Keep going.
Can somebody tell the Minister of Transportation to come to the front of the class? I could teach him some sense.
Oh, see, sir. That's 2009, though.
And showing that we know things. That we the Jamaican people are not a bunch of idiots. Daryl VAZ, come to the front of the class.
Oh, that's a 2007. Wait, what was that?
We're not hearing Mr. Rattigan. Mr. Rattigan, you're muted.
One more 2010.
Oh, keep going. All right, stop. People, want to say that?
2012, $1,525.
I see what say? Reserve met.
Yes.
That means that's you can get it for that.
Yes.
Reserve met. That means whoever them sell the bus for, them get their money. And look what the price there, 1,525.
So hold on, Mr. Rattigan.
See boss, I know. Well, honest. See boss, I know. Nice looking boss. See there. Reserve met. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
But until now, the minister hasn't come forward and tell the Jamaican people how much he purchased the buses for, you know.
True.
He has not.
True. We have go ahead.
And if he is being truthful to the people of this country, he should come forward and tell us how much he paid for the buses. Because we are not idiots. Daryl VAZ, we the Jamaican people are not idiots. And if I'm gonna say it again, if it was some other modern democracy, someone would have gone to prison. Go ahead, Mr. Rattigan.
All right. Here's why, Jeffrey. Here's why all of them things that can happen. But people know the price, right? And we have many more examples of this. If them did contact and contract with us to get the buses for them, we could have get the buses them price that we get the buses them from. We get the buses. We get some of them will get free. But here's why all of them things that can happen to it. Here's why.
Oh my God.
And they're stupid.
Hear that? When they hear that. Hear that.
They're dunce.
Oh my
God. And they're stupid. They're dunce.
Oh my
God. And they're stupid. They're dunce.
Oh my
God. And they're stupid.
So that's why we can't do all of this, because that's the mindset. We are dunce, we're dark, and we're stupid. Right? Let me move. So couple things.
Not taking away a program, Mr. Rattigan. Please, not taking away a program, sir. But we need to speak about this, the audacity of this man to call us stupid and we're dark and we have no sense. This is 2025 Daryl VAZ. We, the Jamaican people, are no stupid. If the people of Portland wake up when the election is called, you're not in parliament anymore. If it was some other modern democracy, you're not gone to prison. Why
You know,
Mr.
like,
Rattigan and I start
like,
saying it?
like a dear friend of mine from down in the Florida here, them said this is skullduggery.
There you go.
So this is skullduggery, right? And a brethren of mine just call and say, listen, are we going to have a public setting where the minister can come and be held accountable for this purchase?
He
are
will
we
not.
going to have something like that? And I said to my brethren, yes, it's called election. It's called election. We must not forget when we go inside the polling booth. We must not forget that this, wait there, me take it off already. Or me take it out. We must not forget that this is what's going on. When I say that, people, reserve met $1,525 for a 2012 bus.
So let's look at this for a second, a quick second. 110 buses were supposed to be in the country by the end of July. Chances are that has not been the case. So in the event that that has not happened, which we, like we said, we doubt that has happened. And since this information is now coming to the fore where people are more aware of what is happening with these buses not being suited for Jamaica at all, is there the probability that they have cancelled the balance of buses? And if so, is it a matter of getting a refund because that money paid out already?
What refund?
No, here's a nonsense that he's spewing to the Jamaican public. He said, and we'll get to it, but we have the Prime Minister people, we have 1,400 devices. We need another 14, at least another 1,400 to hear the thing about the Prime Minister, you know. We need another thing. There's so much here, people, so much. Him come and him start say that it's an emergency and that he's involved in it. But make we put a pause on the conversation there. Mr. VAZ went out and purchased, or his ministry purchased, some buses, JUTC buses, right? And they purchased those buses, and those buses, they come with right-hand drive, and they came with the doors where they were supposed to be. So why is it him couldn't do this for the school kids? Why? Why?
You know,
there is absolutely no sense in what he did. It's nonsense. What he did is complete nonsense. Because you went out, him can't say him never know where him could have get buses with right-hand drive and the buses where they're supposed to be. Him can't say that because he did that with the JUTC buses. He did that with the JUTC buses. So why him go buy them all broke? Why him go buy them all broke and bring them come to Jamaica? And now, when you hear him talking to people, he mentioned 2 hours. 2 hours. One of them is retrofitting. The other one is refurbishing. People don't know what that means. Retrofitting and refurbishing. It means I want to work them off go do, you know. It means that the bus, them inside of the bus, them something wrong with them, you know. You must go refurbish. Retrofitting means you must go move the door from where it is to the other side. You can't move the steering wheel. So that, and therein lies the problem as well, safety, because we have the study, we have the article done by Michael, where Michael showed that in Sweden, in the UK, in I think it's Kyrgyzstan and other places where the incidents of accidents went up when you have a wrong, what do you call it, wrong side bus or wrong side in a place where you drive on the left
side.
Yeah, on the left hand side, right? And that it also shows that there's a decrease when you have a right hand vehicle in a country where you drive on the left hand side. So we have the stats. What is he show me, Kevin? Or another bus this year show me too?
No. It was the same one. I was looking for Michael's
But Mr. Rattigan,
yes,
commentary.
I was reliably informed that the exhaust is on the side where the driver is. So if they're gonna put the door, they're gonna go right to the exhaust where the exhaust is.
And that is, and remember now, the American government said that's one of the reasons why we're getting rid of these buses.
Yes.
Tailpipe can move. We can reroute tailpipe. Do that all the time.
But then Kevin is like you build a new bus. It's like you build a new bus.
So you're saying that I am not supposed to go about making deals that will benefit me on the back end to suit you? Right. That's
the only way you do that, Kevin. The only way you do that if you
Oh my
God. And they're stupid.
That's when you do it.
Dunce.
Oh
They're
my God.
dark and they're stupid.
When you think about me like that,
call people dunce and stupid.
when you think about me like that, Kevin, you can't do what you just done say. But if you don't think about me like that, you will never do it because you know there's no getting away.
Look at him that call people dunce and stupid. Who is Daryl Vaz? He's a disgrace to the people of this country. But calling people dunce and stupid. Look at you.
Yeah, Kevin.
I'm out of order.
Kevin just found the article. But listen,
I'm gonna put it back up on this side.
Yeah, we have so much things to talk about the Prime Minister people. We are gonna skip. We are gonna bounce from this from because the VAZ story is far from over. We still not get to procurement, and we have a whole bunch of things where the production crew provide that we have to get to. But I just want to show you one thing, and we're gonna come back to it. We'll come back to it. Oh, this is the article.
Yes.
Oh, you have the top. All right. Good. Here it is. Me can big up this. See that? Why left-hand drive school buses place our children at risk? All right. Let me go to the pertinent part of this. Oh, you see that one here? It says, for example, with wrong-hand drive vehicles, such as left-hand drive vehicles. Oh, hold on a second, people.
We're standing by to rejoin Mr. Rattigan as we speak about issues facing our country. We must not let this 100 and something school bus go as a 9-day wonder. $1.4 billion of taxpayers' money gone down the drain. That $1.4 billion could help with refurbishing schools, help with children getting a nutritious meal. It also could go down to Toyota Jamaica and buy that 1.4, buy that 100 and something buses. Go ahead, Mr. Rattigan. Unmute your mic, sir.
I think you're muted, Rebel.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who wrote this article here, Mr. Michael Abrams, will be joining us right now. So I won't have to speak for him. So I'm waiting for him to join us so that him can tell you what the research shows. All right.
I think Head Boy says in there too,
Where Head Boy there?
He said he's in there.
I don't see Head Boy.
Oh Lord.
No, I don't see him. Kevin, if you can pull up the interview with the Prime Minister where he said that they've been working on this thing for years. I don't know if it's in there. I'm waiting for. Oh, here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce you to Mr. Michael Abrams. This is a gentleman who wrote this article I just showed you, and he's been writing articles about governance and government for quite some time. And when I first read this article, I fell in love with his writing style and his research. But then when I looked at the end of it, I saw that the man is a gynecologist. This is a real doctor now, This is not like a Dr. Tufton. This is a real doctor. And so I said to myself, then how him get himself in this space? How did Mr. Abrams get himself in this space? And I've been trying to get a hold of him to come on the program. And then I saw this article and I reached out to him, but he's a very, very busy man. So we're very fortunate to have him. I don't want to take up any more time. Kevin, bring him on for me, please. Or you want me to skip over there and bring on Michael? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. The man who wrote the article, the man who knows more about the safety of these buses than even the government officials. Right? Or maybe they do and them just ignore it and them just do what they want to do. Mr. Abrams, where you want me to call you? You want me to call you Mikey, Michael, AB?
I'm not formal. I'm not caught up in the doctor hype business.
All right, sir.
Them call me some other names I can't say on the air, but Michael and Mike is okay.
All right. Now, let me put you up front and center, yeah, Papa. Hold on there. See me, people. No.
Yeah.
You wrote an article that's highly critical, in my view, of the purchase of these buses, if for no other reason, the one concerning safety. Left-hand drive vehicles in a country where you drive on the left-hand side. Please talk to the audience about your research, what you found out, and whether or not it is safe. Even though I'm saying that it appears to me, I want the people to hear from you.
All right, so thanks for having me on the program. First of all, it's an honor. I'm not just saying that because I've been following it for a while, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. You know, it's non-biased and it's fact-based, and there's no hype.
Thank you, sir.
So I was going to write an article about an overview of the whole school bus system, an overview, meaning the proposed implementation and the response of the opposition and controversies concerning procurement and safety. There's a light behind me. This light bothering you? You can see me okay?
No, I can't. No, we can't see you.
We can see you. We can still see you.
Okay, good. So in doing my research, because I was researching various aspects, because I fact check extensively when I write anything, I realized that there's so much evidence against wrong-hand drive vehicles. First of all, this is not my area of specialty at all. You understand?
Tell the people who you are. Where you do for your living first? Where you do for your living?
I'm a gynecologist by profession, and somehow got involved in a lot of other different things, social commentary, poetry, comedy, all kind of weird stuff. But at the bottom, I think that main thing is social commentary, but it's done in different formats. So, for example, I write in the Gleaner once a week, and the artistic endeavors I'm involved in, for example, some of the poetry, or the comedy, or the songs cover social commentary, really. So I was just going to write an overview, but there's so much information about this wrong hand. I did not know that wrong hand drive is a thing. Okay, when the buses came and I heard they were left-hand drive, I was a bit uncomfortable because left-hand drive vehicles are more appropriate for countries where you drive on the right. But there's something about me. You see, being a physician, being in the sciences, we have a lot of respect for research, evidence, facts, and data. So anecdotal things are not really that important to me. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I do.
So, for example, the biggest accident I was ever in, a few years ago, I got a new car. It was a Honda Accord. Less than a week after I got it, I got rammed in halfway tree by a large left-hand drive JPS truck. I was in a man's blind spot, he never see me. So I went up to that afterwards. Then you have people comment on my social media pages saying, well, I drive left-hand drive for years and nothing happened to me, whatever. But that's really anecdotal. What is important is, what does the data show? So I just started looking at it, just glancing, and I realized that there's a lot of evidence that wrong-hand drive vehicles are more likely to end up in accidents. So wrong-hand drive means driving left-hand drive vehicles on the left or right-hand drive vehicles on the right. So, for example, there was a study in the UK showing that left-hand, in the UK, they drive on the left. Left-hand drive trucks, heavy vehicles, are represented disproportionately in road traffic accident data. So they're more likely to be involved in accidents. Another study from the UK showed that left-hand drive vehicles, when they looked at the data, they were 30% more likely to end up in accidents. Then there's more data. There's another country, Kyrgyzstan, I think, in 2015, 13% of the vehicles in that country were right-hand drive. They drive on the right. But 24% of accidents involve right-hand drive vehicles. So you can see the data keeps showing over and over and over again. When you drive these vehicles, the likelihood of being in an accident is higher. And the risk is not the same as certainty. People need to understand that. So when somebody says to me, well, I drive left-hand drive vehicles and I'm good, that doesn't mean anything. You get where I'm coming from?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you an example in my profession. You know what a breech delivery is? It's when the baby is pulled out bottom first. The baby's bottom is down. You have a whole heap of people delivered as breeches where they pull them out vaginally, bottom first, pull them out by the feet first, and them alive and them good. But you have some people who are babies like that where the head gets stuck and them dead. So the research has shown that when a woman has a breech, it is safer to deliver them by cesarean section, and that has influenced policy. And I think policy should be influenced by data, research, and facts. So one of the biggest examples of how this wrong hand drive thing can impact safety was in Sweden. And I learned this while I was researching this. I did not know this. In Sweden, for over 200 years, they used to drive on the left. Now in Europe, nearly all the other European countries, if not all, they drive on the right. So Italy, France, Germany, they drive on the right. So most of the vehicles in Sweden were left-hand drive vehicles because there were these European countries with left-hand drive vehicles. So for many years, they were driving left-hand drive vehicles on the left, and they realized one of the things they noticed was that the accident rates were a bit higher than they would have liked, especially on narrow roads. So on the 3rd of September, 1967, Sweden made a decision that rather than banning the vehicles, they switched their road traffic laws to match the existing vehicles in the country. So in 1967, they started to drive on the right in Sweden. They realized there was a 30% drop in accident rates. And they calculated that had they done this from 1953, over 4,000 lives would have been saved between 1953 and 1966 if they had switched. So what I'm trying to tell you, if you're in transport and you're going to institute some type of policy, due diligence must be done and you must come across this data. How can you not come across this data? So the bottom line for me, boss, is that if wrong-hand drive vehicles are more likely to end up in accidents, why would you buy over 100 for our kids? Our children are the most vulnerable among us. So why would you choose the less safe option? Why would you choose the less safe? That's what it comes down to, And it's frustrating for me because the data and evidence are there. But in social media, when you post some of these things, people come with the rubbish arguments. The rubbish, well, I drive left hand drive and I don't know the patrol left hand drive, but the fact is that the data speaks for itself. People are asking, what's the data in Jamaica for left-hand drive vehicles? We don't have that now. But in the meantime, since the data from overseas is so overwhelming, why not why not earn the side of caution? Because the data is so overwhelming that in some countries they have banned wrong-hand drive vehicles. So, for example, in New Zealand, Australia, Singapore, Poland, Croatia, Brazil, they ban wrong-hand drive vehicles. That's how serious these countries take this. And what concerns me is, number one, the vehicles are wrong-hand drive. Number two, they are large vehicles, especially the ones with what they call the long overhang. The overhang is the distance between the rear axle and the back of the bus. And research has shown that when you drive wrong-hand drive vehicles, the accident rates are higher, but they're even higher than that. It's more dramatic when the vehicles are bigger. With school buses, I read that the the ones with the long overhang, the blind spot is even bigger because the main thing with these buses, when you're driving on the left and you're the driver and a left-hand drive vehicle, you basically safe in terms of you're more safe if you collide with oncoming traffic than a passenger is because you're on the left, you're in the sidewalk. So the driver, you're good enough. But what happens is that the blind spot on the right side, when you drive like that, is going to affect you more. It's going to affect you more on the right. And with long buses, and I read this, like when you have a long overhang, the blind spot is even greater. So for example, I saw videos of, I wrote this article came out on the 29th of July. Within the next 8 days, I saw videos of 5 accidents with school buses in Jamaica. 5. 4 of them involve other vehicles. And the 4 involving other vehicles, in those accidents, the vehicles came in contact with the right side of the bus, which is where the blind spot is. That's where the blind spot is.
Yes.
You understand? And my thing is this, data. I deal with data, boss. So the data shows that the risk is higher with wrong-hand drive vehicles. Okay, that's the first thing. Another set of data. Our road traffic fatality rate is in about the top 25% globally. You understand? There are almost 150 countries whose road traffic fatality rates are better than ours. So look at the combination of factors now. You put in large, by the way, they're old, and old vehicles is a no-brainer. There's a higher risk of having mechanical and electrical problems with old vehicles. That's a no-brainer. Listen to this. You're going to put over 100 old, big, left-hand drive vehicles in a country with a high road traffic fatality rate to drive in areas where the roads are narrow, they're often winding, they often have uneven surfaces with potholes, and many of them course to hilly areas. Another thing to understand, people say, well, is the driver have to train? The driver have to train. Yeah. You have to train the driver. That's true. But even if a driver is driving carefully with these buses, the accident risks are still increased. For example, if you have a bus with a long overhang and you're driving on a winding road, the back of the bus is going to swing out when you take the corner, not true? Think about it. And when that back of the bus swings out, other people can end up crashing into the bus.
Yes.
And I have to say something publicly. I say something public. It's a big man thing. I think you should admit when you're wrong and you make an error. So Peter Bunting went on a platform and said, them bus are going to kill our people picnic. It was kind of harsh. I thought it was hyperbole.
The truth.
Sounded like fear mongering at the time, because it could have been said in a different way. It could have been contextualized. And because of the way he said it and the way it came across as fear mongering. And I publicly berated him. Peter, if you're watching, boss, I apologize for the way they deal with this still, right? True, real things. Because I said, yo, this is fear mongering. Don't make it look so bad. Right now, Peter's concerns are validated, I tell you. Yes. Because right now, I face somebody dead. How can you see 5 accidents in 8 days and be okay? Number one. Number two, Peter Bunting obviously knows some stuff about transportation and vehicles, because there is an intersection in Prattville. I did not know this till long after the fact. In July, could have been July 11th, he stood at the intersection and said, listen, no bus with a long overhang can make it up this incline. Like August the 4th, a bus gets stuck.
In the same incline.
Now, Tanya Stevens mentioned something earlier in the video clip he played. Jano Star, I have major trust issues with Daryl VAZ. I'm not telling no lie. The gaslighting is intense. And the disingenuity is intense. So when these things come out, Daryl VAZ will take to social media to make excuses. He basically rubbished concerns and said it was route testing. Let me tell you something. I'm not a damn fool. From you see the long overhang, you see that incline, the bus should never even try to go up that incline. There are some country trips I have taken in the past, and my wife drives an SUV. And I'd say, boy, we're going to go to this part of the country. I not drive my car because the way that place stays and the way my car stays is not a good idea. So why bother even try that? Why try that? You understand? So it is irresponsible to bring these buses out here. And what bothers me right now in my country, I don't know where all of you gentlemen are now. The gaslighting is intense. This whole bad mind thing, we have to burn that. We have to burn the people, we ball out bad mind. Because I'm tired of it. It's a bullying tactic that is used to dismiss people who have genuine concerns about the arms race these people going on with.
True.
So Wilfred.
Mr. Rattigan.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
But we never bore you to death.
No, don't go away. Michael, don't go away. Hold on. I want to show the people something. I just want to put everything in context. Take a look at this, people.
So what you're looking at here is a bus with a Cummins diesel engine, Allison transmission, world renowned, that have a life of 300,000 to 500,000 miles, which means we have another 10 to 15 years based on the mileage of this bus, and most importantly,
300,000 to 500,000 miles. And remember now what him say no? Him said the American bus are the gold standard. Now take a look at this now. One big up the research department. Take a look at this. Big this up for now. Now what we did here, we went and we look at average for states with school buses. And we look at the average, the lifespan of the bus, and we look at the mileage of the bus. That bus that we just don't show you, I guarantee is one of the best ones him having. Now bring the worst one, come show no. So bring that one, come show no.
Campaigning, sir. Campaigning.
Oh, campaigning. All right. Now look here now, people. Him said him get buses from New York and Florida. Right. Let's go to Florida and see where Florida. All right, look at New York. New York, so the average lifespan of a bus is 180,000 miles and 14 years, whichever comes first. 180,000. The one I'm sure was almost, I think was what? When him say 175 or whatever it was, right? So if you get a bus from New York, that means the bus is almost at the end or at the end of its useful life. Now, let's find Florida now. Here's Florida right here. Let me put it at the top of the screen. Look at Florida. The average lifespan of a bus in Florida, of a school bus in Florida, by mileage is 150,000 miles.
Yes.
And by year, it's 10 years. Now remember, in buy buses were 15 years old, 16 years old. In buy bus were what 2010.
Yep.
And in buy buses were more than 150,000 miles. And this is where them change out. This is where the states, and here it is, people, all the states. We went and we look at all of the states, them. Look at my state, Maryland. My state, 180,000 miles and 14 years. And by the way, I have in my watch a program right now. I have a brethren who works for a school district. We have 500 buses. And him say, every bus undergoes an inspection 3 to 4 times a year. 3 to 4 times a year. And them don't have the roads where we have in Jamaica. Them don't have the steep, the inclines where we have in Jamaica. Them don't have any of that. It's mostly flat surfaces them depend. Right? So when Minister VAZ come and tell on this nonsense, people, refer to the program. Refer to this program. And Robinson, by the way, we have asked him to come on the program to defend it because he went on a program and said he will go on any program to defend the purchase. And we're still waiting for him.
Any program except this one.
Any program except this one.
He went on nationwide and his exact word was this: I am willing to go on any program, anytime, anywhere, anyhow. And I, Sir Abrahams, encourage him to come on Ratigan program and make it our program. What we get so far is that they will never come on our programs.
No man, I trigger me now. I trigger me for going on one Warmington behavior, my golden life Mike thing.
Very right, man.
Wilfred.
Yes, sir.
Can I share something with you that nobody has heard?
Please.
I want to share my next article coming out Tuesday with you.
Sure. Go ahead, sir.
And I want to hear what you think. Because I was going to take a break from the bus thing. But when I saw the 5 accidents in 8 days, and when I saw the Grand Gala thing, because they bring the bus out on Grand Gala, which don't make no sense to me, because Grand Gala is celebrating 63 years of Jamaican independence. Why you bringing some old bus from another country into that? That is straight campaigning and politicization, and it made me feel literally sick.
Correct.
That article, and gentlemen, everybody, I want to hear what I wrote, because in researching this article, I just start laugh, because there are so many inconsistencies. As I'm saying, Jamaica, them take it for big head, but we're born behind cow and mother go market. So I'm going to read something to you, right?
Yes, sure.
It's called, tentatively, the Rural School Bus Program. What is the real motive? I support the establishment of a rural school bus program. However, after observing the one proposed by our government, I have concerns on multiple levels. For example, why are there so many conflicting reports regarding the procurement process? The Jamaican government awarded El Hydra Limited a $1.4 billion contract to import, their words in a letter, to import 110 used school buses. And there is a letter from the Trade Board to Transport Minister Daryl VAZ granting approval to El Hydra to import 110 buses on behalf of the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications, and Transport. But in this dinner article 2 weeks ago, the Trade Board confirmed that El Hydro is neither certified as an importer of the buses, nor as a dealer of either new or used motor vehicles. The entity also stated that the buses were shipped without the pre-shipment inspection certificates, as required by 2014 Motor Vehicle Import Policy, as a waiver had been granted to El Hydro. So they were shipped here without the certificates, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, the ministry stated that it is the importer of the vehicles, even though the letter said they granted to El Hydro. You know? The ministry stated that it is the importer of the vehicles, not El Hydro, and that El Hydro is a supplier. Now, this part was really funny to me. With respect to concerns regarding the inspection waiver, the ministry claimed that JUTC engineers visited the United States and subjected the buses to, and this is their own words. So JUTC people went over there, subjected the buses to rigorous inspection, that the buses were certified and assessed by specialist bus inspection entities approved by the Department of Transportation. I don't understand. And that when the buses arrived in Jamaica, the Island Traffic Authority certified and issued certification of fitness for them. You realize this is 3 different levels of inspection, right?
Yeah.
All right. JUTC go over there, go do it. The American authorities do it. Transport Authority Jamaica do it and issue certificates. All right. After the first day of route testing, when at least one video circulated showing a tire detached from its rim on one of the buses, VAZ said the process had revealed, I'm using his own words, a few tire issues, and that orders were placed for the shipment of new tires to replace existing tires on all the buses. All the buses, you know, all. So the question now, if the buses underwent inspection by multiple entities, why would the tires on all the buses need to be replaced so soon? That makes sense, boss?
None whatsoever.
No sense.
Next one. Because even if your car go to the depot in Jamaica and you get a certificate of fitness, and that's just one level of inspection, you should need to change the tires, all the tires on your car in a week. Doesn't make no sense. So I came across an invoice addressed to the minister for 26 of the buses.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being kind because I know they can cost much less. 9 of the buses, 9 of the 26 were priced at 20,000 US. All the others were lower, with the lowest at 9,997.99. So I'm being generous, okay? If you price all the buses at the upper end at 20,000 US and use a generous exchange rate of 160 to 1, the cost of the buses will be 352 million, roughly a quarter of the 1.4 billion. So the question is, what sense does it make to spend 4 times the cost of the buses on purchasing, accessorizing, refurbishing, and retrofitting them? That make any sense to you? May I ask you? And the next issue, why the rush? Some of these things I researched.
Emergency.
Some people forget these things. So I researched and I find some things. In 2016, November 2016, then Education Minister Royal Reid stated that he was collaborating with Transport Minister. I know you laugh, me laugh to me.
Hold on, doctor. Hold on for me, doctor. Hold a minute there. Not to continue anything like that, sir. It's the same thing Will Rattigan and myself and Kevin and all who was on this program here trying to get everything done. We saw that and Rattigan came up with the same thing with Royal Reid. Go ahead for me, sir.
That was 2016. Royal Reid said by January 2017, that's what they aimed to do. In 2018, not yet, in 2018, we said that $204 million was committed at the start of that academic year towards the system. So why is VAZ now calling this an emergency and rushing to roll out the program by next month? You and I know the answer, but me just ask question here. All right, recently, this is another one that boggles my mind. Recently, on a social media post, you see, VAZ don't remember some things you're saying, and I love chat. I love chat. He love go on social media and say things I don't think he realize what I say. Recently on a social media post, VAZ mentioned that the government brought in 270 brand new JUTC buses. That is in the JLP's book of accomplishments, by the way. 270. Him helped me out with the article because I did not know if they were new. 270 brand new JUTC buses. These buses are all right-hand drive vehicles. Research has shown that wrong-hand drive vehicles, such as left-hand drive vehicles driving on the left, are at a greater risk of being involved in accidents than vehicles with the steering wheels on the opposite side. The evidence is so strong that some countries ban them. Many of the school buses are also old, some over 13 years. I'm being generous, becoming some older than that, and are more likely to develop mechanical and electrical problems than new ones. So here's the question now. If research has found that left-hand drive vehicles are more likely to meet in accidents when driving on the left, when compared with right-hand drive ones, why was the less safe option chosen for our children? If the government can buy 270 new right-hand drive buses for public transportation, why did they buy 110 old left-hand drive ones to be driven in a country with a high road traffic fatality rate? We are near the top 25% globally, in areas where the thoroughfares are often narrow and winding, with uneven surfaces and potholes, often coursing through hilly terrain. The other thing that don't make no sense to me, boss, and why buy over 100 buses with their doors opening on the right, only to have to retrofit them and create doors on the other side? Does that make sense? We know the answer already. We're not wasting time with that. Next thing, you realize it's multiple levels, right?
Correct.
VAZ has issued a stern warning against politicizing the buses. However, he and his colleagues are doing just that. There are videos on social media of Jamaica Labour Party supporters traveling in the buses clad in green, blowing their horns and waving their flags, with some in convoys where songs praising Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the JLP blast through loudspeakers in accompanying cars. And most inappropriate are videos of children on the buses chanting party slogans such as "We Say Shower" and "Vote for Labour" while making hands with their fingers. One video even shows children on one of the buses laughingly chanting, "No Peter Bunting," dismissing the People's National Party candidate, while being joined by a JLP candidate, clad in green, who chants and dances along with them. The concerns regarding safety and other issues are valid. My article, "Why Left-Hand Drive School Buses Place Our Children at Risk," was published in the Gleaner on July 29. Over the next 8 days, I saw videos of 5 accidents involving the school buses. However, when we express our concerns, we are gaslighted by being dismissed and called bad mind, not only by party supporters, but also by VAZ himself. I wholeheartedly support the principle of a rural school bus program. But the procurement process, apparent cost disparity, hasty implementation, age and types of vehicles, politicization, and attempts to silence critics make me seriously question the motives of those instituting this program. You realize there are multiple levels, boss? It's a whole heap of levels you know?
Yes.
From the amount of money, the safety issue, the politicization of the bus them, it just makes me sick. The bottom line for me is this, one thing. If research has shown that wrong-hand drive vehicles are more likely to end up in accidents, why do you want to do that for our kids? You already have shown by 270 big bus with right-hand drive already.
Exactly.
Can you gentlemen explain that to me?
Exactly. Hold on one second, brethren. Hold on there. There's a gentleman in the chat that said that a bus driver want to call in. Here's the number for the bus driver for calling. Hold on a second there. Where there, Kevin? Help me out there, brother.
Yeah, right there in the banner.
Yeah, but
you're there.
All right, that's all. All right, see there. See number there, bus driver. See the number at the back and then, my brother. 667-369-8569. Call me no. Call me no. Call me no. Call me no. I want to show you something, you know, Doc. I want to show you something. See the invoice we refer to you, right?
You saw the invoice, yeah, man, that one there.
Yeah, this invoice, I know. If you look up here, you say buyer. The buyer name Triari or something like that. Triari, right? Now, if you look to the far left right here, you say Illinois reseller tax ID.
Zoom it, Mr. Rattigan. Zoom it, Mr. Rattigan. We can see it.
Can you authenticate that? So that's a real invoice, right?
Eh?
Can you authenticate that?
Well, here's the thing. Minister VAZ mentioned this and never say it is a bogus. He mentioned this, and said there's an invoice with 26 buses. And him not say, well, then the invoice is bogus. So what do we take from that? But here's the thing. You see right here, where you say reseller tax ID. We check that out now. What that means is that this company buys the buses and then them turn around and they in the business of buying and selling. So you have a reseller tax ID. Then make we go over this side. You see right away it said notes. You see export Illinois and Florida tax exempt. So them not pay no tax. Then you go down at the bottom. And when you go at the bottom, you come over. Yes, so. And you see that. 1 shipment went from Port Everglades and 25 shipment went from Miami. You know what this means to me?
So 1 from Broward County and 25 from Miami-Dade.
Yes.
There you go. So you know what that means? You see all of them buses, and by the way, Doc, we check out all of the invoice, all of the VIN numbers, them, and the ones where we check is 2010, 2011, that. Now you see this price where you see over here, so we believe that these prices you see over here, so is shipment and the purchase, both. Look at this. 26 bus cost 424,000 American dollars. 26 buses. So we know that this amount here, it cannot be just for the buses only. It's buses and shipment. Buses and shipment. No, hold on a second, Doc. I want to show you something else. We're full of lyrics around here, I know. Doc, believe me, Doc, we're full of lyrics. No, Doc, you mentioned it, you touch on it when you say that. When you said that the Minister VAZ said that there was an emergency and that's why they have to do the purchase. Well, one of the things what we don't highlight today, we have the Procurement Act. We are going to show the circumstances under which you can do emergency purchases. We won't get to it today, but I want to show you something, Doc, because you mentioned 2016. It actually went back to 2011. 2011, then there's 2013, then there's 2015, then there's 2017, and now we have 2025. And here the minister said it was an emergency. Emergency. All right, listen to this, people. Listen to this.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness is standing firm in support of the government's national school bus system. This is despite mounting criticism from the opposition People's National Party. The school bus program initiative, which has already launched pilot runs in select parishes, aims to provide dedicated, reliable school buses to thousands of students island-wide. But the opposition People's National Party, PNP, isn't buying it, labeling the program inefficient, poorly planned, and likely to drain critical resources. Despite the criticism, Dr. Holness is pushing back, insisting that relying on public passenger vehicles to meet school strict schedules is unrealistic and unfair.
But you see, people who have never had to take the public school bus, or rather the public transportation system to go to school, wouldn't understand. Wouldn't understand it. You know, I had to take the bus and taxi to school. And when I couldn't, I walked to school.
Dr. Holness said it's unrealistic to expect public passenger vehicles to operate on school schedules. He says that Jamaica needs a dedicated system built for the safety and needs of its students.
And every Jamaican should support this. Almost every modern country, every democracy, that's what they do. They understand the challenges that children would face if they have to compete in public transportation. So they have a parallel but separate transportation system that is more attuned to schools and the maintenance of discipline.
Seeking to calm skeptics, the Prime Minister promised that the expansion will be done in what he called a democratic way.
We're not going to force it on anyone. If people say they don't want it, it doesn't make sense, give it to somebody else who wants it. So it's a collaborative system. So we have spent the last 9 years working it out.
Want to hear that?
I heard that.
Want to hear that?
9 years.
We catch them.
Limit.
You hear him say? We
9
spent the
years.
last 9 years working out the school bus program. So why is it an emergency now? Why is it an emergency now?
Them don't listen to what them saying, boss. Them don't listen to themselves, you know.
So
Yeah.
Doc, if you spend if you say we spend 9 years working it out and the minister say it's an emergency, what if it's not an emergency? What, 18 years?
Jaja. Thank God the minister for surgeon and somebody have an emergency.
Oh Lord. But they died.
That appendix that long time.
Them, go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
I'm just in awe at the mendacity of these people and the fact that they think we're stupid. And what bothers me.
Doc, 1 second. I must stop you there. You say you are in awe of their mendacity and the fact that they think we are stupid.
No,
Listen to this.
Oh
Listen
my
to this.
Dark and they're stupid.
Yeah, it's the
You're
Yeah.
dunce.
Oh
They're
my God.
dark and they're stupid.
God help us.
You're dunce.
Oh
They're
my God.
dark and they're stupid. You're dunce.
Oh
They're
my God.
dark and they're stupid.
See the Doc. Come in now, Doc. That's why them do that
offensive
thing.
thing for me. The most offensive thing for me is using children for political gain because
Doc, 1 second, please. One second. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Come Reason with Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Call from Connecticut. I'm a bus driver.
Can you guys hear him?
Yes, man.
I'm a bus driver, so I give some information on that.
Go ahead, sir, please.
All right. First thing, when you apply for the bus driver position, you have to pass the air brakes test. That's like a class B. You have to have forward knowledge. You must know it. Like when you know your right hand and your left hand.
Yes,
you
sir.
have to know the braking system.
Okay.
Because it's air brakes. That's like very critical, life and death.
Yes.
And you have to know different parts of the buses, major parts like the wheel, and you have to do like your pre-trips on your bus before you even start driving. Check it and make sure everything is in place.
Okay.
Also, the bus have a high center of gravity. It's easy to turn over.
What?
It have a high center of gravity, the long one. It's easy to turn over, so you have to just drive nice. And the only way you can go fast is when you're on the highway. And they say you must drive like 60 or 55. But like going around corners, winding road, no. It's a no. Bus you turn over.
Goodness. Anything else you want to share with us, sir?
So then 3 weeks also for the training. It's 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month. And you have to have a trainer present always until you pass your test. And you have to have forward knowledge of the bus you drive. You can't pay off nobody or man of eat or food or anything like that. You have to know it.
So,
can I ask a question?
Certainly. Go ahead, Doc.
Good evening, sir. Were you trained, did they train you gentlemen, you drivers in things like resuscitation, CPR techniques?
Did you hear that, driver?
No, well, for CPR, no. We don't have to know CPR, but we have to know everything about the bus. And check the bus and make sure the bus is safe, because you can't go to prison. Because to drive buses or tractor trailer, you can charge a vehicle a manslaughter. Easy.
And where you sit on the bus, because it's a left-hand drive bus, the kids enter at the front directly to your right.
Yeah, but those buses are not suitable for Jamaica because they know the kid is out in the road, and even with driving the bus where it's to the sidewalk, it's still a problem same way.
So I was going to ask you.
Yeah, sometimes motorists will run through it. Yeah, you got to keep looking, and even though when the sign come out, you got to watch and tell the kids when to come out. Because so your head have to be on a swivel.
Because on your buses, when you drive on the right,
always have to check, because sometimes the kid will try go in front of the bus and they're supposed to go behind the bus because that's a rule. But it's kids, so you have to look out for them. You have to make sure you see them on the sidewalk. That means if you let off a kid on your left hand side, you got to make sure, where the kid house is. So you have to make sure you see the kid at all times. So you have to make sure that you can see the kids on the right or the left before you move.
Okay.
And the
Doc, I have a
stop
question for you.
the
Go ahead,
stop
Doc.
arm comes out on the left side of the bus. The
You hear,
stop arm.
you
Stop
hear
arm.
that, driver? The
No, what
arm,
he
the
says.
stop arm come out on the left side of the bus. So they have to go retrofit that. They have to make it go the other way for stop vehicles from pass on that side.
Well, it don't hurt to have 2 on it still. Because you know Jamaica stay already. It don't harm to have 2 on it.
Where you sit, you operate the bus doors, right?
No, I don't have. No, I'm a driver. I just drive the bus.
But do you operate the door?
Yeah, the door is automatic.
All right. So can you? All right. What we are told is that they have these left-hand drive buses, and they are going to create doors on the left-hand side. Do you think that it's feasible to create operating doors on the left after cut out the body of the bus, create doors that can
look? But if you don't know, there's some cities in the US is giving those buses for free, free of charge, free of cost. Because of the year, the same year buses them. Some cities are giving them away for free.
All right. Do you think it makes sense to
people
cut
get them all the while to make like sleepers, campers, food trucks for
Let me ask you
free?
a question. Carl, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What state you live in?
Up in Connecticut.
Connecticut. All right, you know in the free bus I give way up there?
No, I never really check it out, but I heard the next one I'm bridging him. I can check it out.
There's a gentleman in Maryland right now who have a free bus, and I plan to go visit him next week, but I want one for myself. So I want to check it.
Yeah, I drive. I can check the schoolyard there. I can. Yeah, I've got a schoolyard up in my area. Yeah,
please.
So here's a
question.
question.
Remember, it costs money to get them out, you know. Even if me have an old car in my yard, well, I can get 500 for my car. But if you have so much buses in terms of volume, it's going to cost you some money. Or you got to give it away for scrap, because they know they have to either sell it or give it away for scrap metal. Or if you really want your land clear, you just let them come and take it.
All right, so Carla, here's a question that Mike has a question for you. And the question is it feasible to cut the bus and put the door on the right-hand side? I mean, on the left-hand side.
Can you see them cutting and
it probably can be done, yes, it can be done, but it's going to cost too much. And then you look where the driver's seat is too. So, you know, the driver going to probably be at a disadvantage also.
Because the
driver's supposed to see when the kid is coming out, you know. When the kid is getting out of the bus and when the last kid come on the bus. Because another part of the training also. You got to keep on monitoring your doors. So when the kid come on the bus, so when the kid come off the bus.
Wow.
That means that the door is behind the driver then.
Yeah, the door behind the driver, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem. That's definitely going to be a problem. And even when the driver have the kid right there in his eyes, driver make mistake. It's up to the driver, not me, but you know.
Michael, you have a question for him? The driver, you call.
I think Dr. Abraham is frozen, you know.
I'm frozen. Okay. But driver, we want you keep calling the program and make the people them jump in, you know. But we have to run and left, you know, because we have
but the ice can't grab it, you know. That's gonna be the danger. It can't whip like a coaster, you know.
Yeah.
When you could have driver force a little bit preppy on Jamaican road, it's only on straight road you can drive that bus fast.
All right. Well, look, thanks for your comments. We'll keep in touch. Let me grab that call.
Yeah, blessings, man. Blessings.
Well, hold on, Rebel. You have to be careful with these calls now, you know, because we're on a tight timeline.
All right. Carla, go ahead quickly with the point, please.
Good afternoon. I want to make this concise because I called you before, letting you know of a serious issue with these buses with the engines. I get cussed out for stating it by a lot of my friends, but this is the naked fact.
Okay.
What the Honorable Minister is saying about the Cummins engines, it's a fact. You can run them for 500,000 miles.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are other factors which he stated but never cleared. I said to you earlier on, what America has done, they have sidelined these buses because they are now moving to the clean energy systems.
True.
Right.
They're running diesel buses now on low sulfur diesel, and the vehicles now carry an extra tank containing a solution called diesel exhaust fluid.
Okay.
Yes.
What it does, and Dr. Abrams can attest to this, it eliminates the dangerous fumes called nitrogen oxide, which is all dirty diesel engines emit.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes, I do.
That's the reason why America is getting rid of them.
Thank you,
And
sir.
the reason why, what I've been saying is, they should not have brought these buses to Jamaica, is because when you buy clean energy buses, natural gas buses for JUTC, right-hand drive, left-hand doors, why didn't you buy some of these buses for use for the school buses?
Very good point.
I'm going to give you another killer. I'm a mechanic. I worked for the Ryder Transportation Logistics Group for years, and I worked in places overseas. There's a thing called in-service inspection. These buses, the reason why an inspection is of utmost importance is because when these buses drive on those flat terrain in America and you bring them to Jamaica, they are susceptible to some serious damages because of the bounce, the sway, the potholes, the inundated surfaces in Jamaican roads. There's a thing on the front axles called the kingpins.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how the system works with these vehicles.
Okay.
You have three kinds of services you do to these buses. One is periodic service, where you change the oil and the filter. You pump the air up in the tires, you check the lights, you check the horn, you make sure the brakes work, and you send it out. There's a service called semi-annual service, where you check transmission fluid, radiator, coolant,
Bluetooth disconnected.
cooling system. You check differential fluid because they have gear oil, we call it, and all these things. There's a thing called an annual service, where you bring that bus in, you put it on lifts, you take off all 6 wheels off of it. You remove every wheel seal and wheel bearings, because those are what hold the wheel onto the bus, not the lugs. Okay?
Yes.
You service these wheel bearings. You inspect them. If the wheel bearings need to be replaced, you replace them. The kingpin on the front end. I heard a driver talking to you, say drives an 18-wheel, and you have the spindle with the things. If you don't make sure these things are in A1 condition and you run them on rough surfaces, the wheel seals will let go. I have seen it. I have had to take records and pick these vehicles up. The wheel seal and the wheel bearing lets go, the wheel is going to come off. The rear axles will pull out. Okay? So these used buses, there's a serious hidden challenge to having them in Jamaica. I hear people fighting about the left-hand drive and the safety packs, and people talking about they have lights. Lights will not stop these buses from brake failure. You get my point, Mr. Rattigan?
I do.
Lights, safety lights and monitors will not stop these vehicles from poorly worn or dry rotted tires from blowing out. On an annual service, you check tread depth, you check the side of the thing for cracks and all that kind of stuff. All these will be removed. So when you bring these buses come to Jamaica, and within 2 weeks you have them falling apart because of that, it shows some serious defects. And I'm not being political, I'm just telling you the naked fact about how the systems run. Cooling system. We saw a bus the other day where they were running for water to pour in a bus. That engine is done when to pour water at night.
I heard that.
I'm going to tell you why. Cooling system in diesel engines are run off a chemical mix called ethylene glycol. Google it. It is specially designed to operate because the way the heating system running these engines, it's a temperature pressure controlled thing. When the engine gets to a certain temperature and the pressure builds up in it, a sensor triggers the water pump to start circulating that fluid through the engine. When that system falls apart and that ethylene glycol comes out, if you put water in it, because ethylene glycol is designed to handle a certain degree of heat. What do you think will happen when water, which boils at 180 degrees, gonna go through that engine? The ethylene glycol also lubricates the water jackets. You run water through it, it's gonna rust out. And you ever hear about the head of an engine warping?
Yeah.
That's what happens if you put water in an engine and run it. There are a lot of things. The suspension, you got bushings on suspension parts. These buses are run on flat roads. They will last for years. But the rubbers in these bushings, they will dry rot. Put them on the road in Jamaica and you hit a couple of potholes. Those rubber bushings shell out, metal start grinding against metal. You're going to have serious steering problems, suspension problems, and all that kind of stuff.
Listen.
So it goes way more than just the left-hand drive of these buses.
Listen. Here's what we do. Our press for time. I'm going to invite you to come on the Wednesday show. Are you available Wednesday night?
What time?
We start at 7.
Well, I can possibly make that because I run nighttime. So I can talk.
All right. Well, good. Well, here's what's going to happen now. I have your number. I'll be in touch with you. Make plans to join us on Wednesday, maybe 8 o'clock, whenever it's convenient for you.
Yeah.
And so we can actually bring this information to the Jamaican.
Because it's more than a political issue, Mr. Ratigan. It's more than forget the politics now, man.
Right.
And there's the other thing I'm gonna bust your bubble with too. With the handling of these buses on hilly terrain, but we leave it to the next conversation.
We'll leave it for Wednesday. Yeah, so the people can tune in and get that information. All right.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, man. Enough for the madness.
All right. Bye-bye.